For the October 19th, 2023 meeting of the EMS Commission for Fitch-Rona and Fitchburg. Roll call, please.
Roberts.
Here.
Hilla.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Cronin.
Present.
Kaiser McHenry. Lonsdorf. Wheeler.
Here.
Lugenbull. Chief Anderson.
Here.
Deputy Chief Dostalek.
Here.
Do we have any public comment tonight?
There is no public comment.
Moving to the next agenda item, discussion, possible action on the 2024 operational budget amendment.
Mr. Chair, I move to amend the EMS 2024 budget to add $41,000 to the reserve funding, line 63. This amendment also increases the net funding allocations to each of the three municipalities, and in total, as shown in line 6 to 9 of the operating budget.
Thank you. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second.
Is there any discussion?
I can give you just the quick context behind it, something we have talked about at the last couple of meetings with there's state statute that allows EMS districts to exempt increases of tax, to exempt budget increases from the tax levy limit of the municipalities. To do that all through there are certain criteria that have to be met. It was met last year with the high consumer price index. It actually happened again this year. So based on the increase with the city of Fitchburg, there's an opportunity there to take advantage of that tax levy limit exemption again this year. One of the suggestions proponents from the city of Fitchburg is to make full use of that tax levy limit exemption. To do that, that would be a total of $41,000. We did this exact same thing last year. A couple of things that does is one helps fund the reserve Fitch-Rona back up to this would bring it back up to the complete 25% that we're required to have by the intergovernmental agreement. Other thing it does is actually set up future budgets. We can see, I would like to say, smaller increases or kind of absorb the potential increase for increased staff in the future by raising what the impact to the municipalities is now for future budgets going forward. So it gets a little complicated. I can try to explain it better than that. I've got a couple other slides in the annual presentation. But that's the background behind it. The three municipalities have unofficially already said that, Verona has officially approved their resolution to allow the levy limits, and Fitchburg approved the resolution to go to the finance subcommittee, and the town it is on their November agenda. So it is working its way through the process through all municipalities. Do not suspect that there'll be any opposition.
Thank you. Is there any questions for the chief or any further discussion?
So it's the two reasons we want to do this is it's to build the reserve budget, and the second one is to provide a base for future budgets in case we need more money later. Is that?
Yes, there's actually the third reason as well is because at least specifically for the city of Fitchburg this go round, it allows them to take their increase, which is $129,000 from last year to this year. They can remove that from their tax levy limit. When it comes to the rest of their operating budget, they can pull that out. So it gives them a little bit more wiggle room in their traditional operating budget or their normal operating budget by taking ours out of this $129,000 they can spend elsewhere. It's kind of Misty put it in though. It's not like money that they could use elsewhere. The only reason they can use it towards this is because state statute allows them to use it towards them. Yeah. So that's the third component as well. But by doing that, yes, you're right. It sets up future budgets for, I don't want to say future budgets for more increases that are absorbed now with that, because that may not always be the case in the future. That levy limit will be allowed.
Right.
So, yes.
Okay.
I think is your answer.
Any further discussion or questions? Then we have a motion and a second, so then all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Anyone opposed signify by saying nay. The motion passes. Next agenda item, discussion, possible action on billing services agreement with EMS Management and Consultants, Inc.
So as I've shared with you back in June, our billing company, Three Rivers, out of Cedarburg, predominantly a family-run company, one of the owners passed away unexpectedly. So it just kind of became an overwhelming thing for them. So our Three Rivers, that company actually sold their company to another company, EMS Management and Consultants, EMS MC is what we call it. So Three Rivers, well, one no longer exists because their company is being sold to this new one. We've been in contact with them. I've been sharing that with you at our past commissions meetings. November 1st is the goal date to make that flip. We've been working with them again for the past couple months. They will be, because they are absorbing Three Rivers, they will take care of all of those past accounts as well with the kind of issue with the aging report that I've shared with you. All of that will go to them, but I have now that official billing agreement with them. They are honoring that 6% that Three Rivers did for all their customers here in the Midwest anyway. So really it's just changing from one company to another. I do believe that they'll be able to offer us a lot more interactive and assets that Three Rivers was not able to do because it's a bigger contract dealing with billing services versus Patrick just subscribing to computer tech support or something like that. I did bring it in front of the entire commission. I did email that agreement out as well. When I looked at it and reviewed it, my only hiccup I had with them was it does address them not absorbing past invoices or past patient invoicing. I did reach out to them about that. Because they are absorbing Three Rivers, we aren't switching billing companies. Those accounts will come to them and they will manage all of our past billing. So that should not be an issue as far as that transition.
Any questions for the chief regarding this item, agenda item? Do I have a motion?
When would that start?
November 1st.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Anyone opposed signify by saying nay. The motion passes. Next agenda item is review and possible action on policy update, cash controls for the EMS district.
So I sent this out to you as well. It's a housekeeping thing. Our cash control policy says that any check over $5,000 must be signed by two people. So it doesn't have to be myself, but it's usually myself and, well, it's usually Kate. Thank you, Kate. It's usually somebody else. We updated this, I think it was the beginning of the year. There are there are four checks that are over $5,000 every month. And that is our health and dental, our property and workers' comp, our medical director fee to UW, and the old policy said Three Rivers billing. We don't have Three Rivers billing anymore. So all you're doing is adopting the new policy that allows EMS MC to be paid without a second signature on that check. So it's housekeeping.
Any questions for the chief on this agenda item?
Move approval?
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Aye. And all opposed signify by saying nay. The motion passes. Review and approval of the accounts payable checks authorized by Chief Anderson. They were provided in the meeting packet. Any questions for the chief about the accounts payable checklist? Then do I have a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve.
A second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed signify by saying nay. The motion passes. Next agenda item is other business as allowed by law. Is there any other business anybody needs to share?
Do you want me to talk about the website quick? So if you have a chance to go on, we updated the Fitch-Rona EMS website, the new company that we purchased last 2 months ago. And so if you have a chance to go on there, you might have gotten your agendas from that website, an email from them. If you could please take a minute and go through, there is a commission board member section where all your names and phone numbers and email addresses are on there. If you could take a look at that, please, and just let me know or let Patrick know if changes need to be made. We had to adjust a few email addresses so that you could, some of you could get the email, but we're really excited about the new website. It's more interactive for our community. It has Google Translate attached to it, so different ethnicities in our service area can go onto the website and translate it into their native language. So I think it's something that's really, I'm really excited about. I know Patrick is as well. And then it has an employee portal section as well, so the employees can log in, and we're trying to develop what we'll put in there, but they can go in and get information from in there as well. So if you could take a look at that when you have some time, I would appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm looking at it. Where do we find our addresses?
Yeah, it's government and then
Government, okay.
commission. It's kind of a little bit buried in there.
Governance.
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 Oh, yeah, okay.
Governance.
All right, got it.
D. Lonsdorf, Town of Verona.
All right.
Thank you.
So as Jeff had said, you probably, I'm hoping some of you or most of you got it this month. So similar to what your own municipalities do, we'll be able to post the agenda and the supporting
I
packets.
did get that.
You did? Perfect.
I did too.
So as opposed to me doing emailing, which, well, I'll do just to double check here for the next month or so, but I'll be able to post it into that one place, and once it's posted, you'll get the blast. With, I don't know if you get the actual documents or you just get the link that all that information is up there.
Let's see what you get.
Yeah, with all the supporting documents. So it's a little more municipal government compliant than I guess what we've been previously doing. So
I like it.
You get the links. Yes.
I think that's what we have.
Any other business anybody wants to bring up? Then do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. All opposed signify by saying nay. The motion or the meeting is adjourned.